Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play RimWorld. We've got the bare beginnings of our colony called Survivor's Remorse. And our motley crew over here, most of which are sound asleep, though we've got our night owl out there working on the butcher's table. But let's do a little housekeeping before we get going. We've got some new family members to add. We've got Hoka, which is going to be renamed as, let's see here, grab my list, Ronnie. Ronnie's joining us. Did I get that right? I did not. There we go. We got Ronnie there. And we've got, let's see, Victor. You need a new name. You need to become official. You are now Rokes. And one more. Bud is going to become Eric. All right. So we've now got a Shay, AJS, Snoo Coyote, Ronnie, Dwayne, Rokes, and Eric. And let's spend a few minutes here. First episode we went through these three as far as their backgrounds. Grab my WASD here. There we go. So Ronnie, you, just like Shay, was a frightened child, grew up with a laundry list of phobias and neuroses. She feared, among other things, doctors and foodborne pathogens. Was a Luddite rebel. When the majority of the people on her world chose to give up their individuality and biological humanity to join together in an online hive mind, Ronnie joined a rebel faction that chose to forsake most technology. So you can see the bonuses that were granted there, but as well the items that were disabled as a result. Is a fast walker, so moves around a lot quicker. A cold lover, which is going to be nice this winter. And bloodlust. Ronnie gets a rush from hurting people and never minds the sight of blood or death. Ronnie's health is good. Ronnie is 42 years old. And doing pretty good so far. Okay, moving on to Dwayne. Character. Dwayne was a shelter child, grew up in a shelter deep beneath a toxic world. He received a comprehensive education but had no opportunity to do physical labor. So got bonuses in research, social, and medicine, but has trouble with construction and mining, has never really learned them. Let's see, construction 0, mining 0. Glitter World Empath. As an adult, Dwayne Riggers had an amazing ability to relate to others and mediate conflicts. He was selected to train as an empath. The training intensified his natural abilities, but he became unable to harm others. So shooting and melee have been turned off. Hunting has been disabled, but social and medicine have been given a bonus. Social especially. So Dwayne is our best social. So that is the what is the word I'm looking for? Warden. So the ability to convince prisoners to join our side. Where are we? Rokes. You were a stable boy on a medieval planet, mucking dung almost every day to earn his keep. By the time he was exiting childhood, Rokes had saved up enough money to pay a space trader to get him off this planet, where he became a brigand and flew with a band of brigands he called friends. He even had his own ship named the Dung Mucker 2000. Oh, I love this game. Is really good at shooting and melee. Has a chemical interest, so more likely to go on binges when his mood gets really low. He's a careful shooter, so he takes longer to shoot, but he's 50% more accurate. And he's a night owl, so he'll be off here on his own getting things accomplished that the rest of them didn't get done that day. And then we have Eric. Eric was a frightened child also. So as a result, let's see, he was feared, among other things, doctors and foodborne pathogens, so he learned how to do medicine and cooking on his own. And otherwise, when he grew up, he took his position as a medieval lord on a pre-industrial planet. He went to parties, managed the underlings, and even learned some swordplay, which means he's got the best shooting and melee of the whole group right now. His soft hands did not hold a work tool during the entire time. He considers manual labor to be beneath him. So there's a whole laundry list of things there that he cannot do. So he doesn't have a lot of abilities, but what he does have he's good at. So he's good at social and shooting. He's actually going to be our hunter. So Eric is right there. He is our hunter. And he's a fallback warden. He's got 11 of 12. Dwayne has 11 of 20. So Dwayne has 14 of 20. So he's our primary. He'll be a secondary. Duster's pretty good too. So we still have Ash and Duster left. And then anybody else who we convince to join us afterward. So, we'll turn this on. Rokes is going to get to finishing that right there. We have visitors from the... Let's see, do it this way. I clicked the wrong thing, that's why it didn't make sense. Flea is from the Acrobats Town. There we go. So, factions, Acrobats Town, likes us at a scale of 23 out of 100. So, kind of likes us. So, when they visit and then leave successfully without getting killed, let's see if that 23 goes up. I'm hoping it goes up a few notches each time. I think that's how I remember it working. Rogues apparently is good at construction, because he's getting a lot of things done while everyone else is sound asleep. Right there, construction, not great at it, 5 out of 20, but is certainly willing. So that's good. What you can do with visitors, if you choose to, of course it makes life a lot harder later. You can go through these visitors' skills and say, you know, we really need someone who's better at growing, or really need a cook. We don't have a good cook yet, but we want this person. We want to try to convince this person to join us. We could then pick someone who is a warden. Anybody who's a warden that's actually up right now? Dwayne, Rokes is not, and AJ... Well, tell you what, for the sake of argument, we'll just do this for the moment, and we could then... Who is hauling wood? Good. We could draft and say, arrest. Try to arrest. So AJS will go after Hensley, who has a gun, and he has a shiv, and these guys will all fight him, and we'll have to get everybody out there to fight them, and if they survive, arrest them, put them over in our little prison, and then Dwayne will then go over there every day and talk to them and try to butter them up and convince them that they really want to join us. So that's one way to add people to our list. It's not the best way, because then Acrobats Town won't be a green 23. It's going to be a negative 84 or something. And suddenly we have 3 groups that all want to wipe us out and get us off of their planet. So anyway, with that, we're going to undraft, let him go ahead and do what he was doing. Good, he is. And we've got a butcher table. A butcher table and the cook stove, and really all the production tables, have what are called bills. So these are instructions on what to do with this table. We're going to add a bill that says butcher creature. Now we can specify what that means. We can suspend it or not. We can say do it 10 times or do it until you have a surplus of 10. Or in this case, we're going to do this forever. Now you can set the radius. We can say only butcher things that are within that distance right there. So they don't travel the entire map looking for something to butcher. Right now I'm going to use the whole map. And minimum cooking skill of 0. You can't mess this one up. We can tell them to butcher human-like corpses if we want to get into cannibalism, but that gets everybody so upset and angry that it's just not worth it unless you really have no choice. If you want to go Donner Party, you can. The game allows it. But it does make things rather difficult later. But so we want a person who can cook. We have 3 chosen. Let's get rid of that. 3 chosen, and we want only skills of 6 to actually do the cooking. We do have 2. Now, it'd be great to have a skill of 10 or 12, but we don't have that available. But the one who is not a 6, Dwayne, could do the butchering. So right now anybody can do the butchering, but if we have 2 cook stoves set up and each one are, the 6s are cooking, then the butcher's table will not be used, and the 4 could go out and grab a deer and get to work. Ronnie is already about to dive in and do some butchering for us. Good. I see our cook stove is over here. It cannot run until we have power. They're working on the power right now. Let's see. Who is our... Well, we have a lot of folks just relaxing right now. Eventually we're going to get a... Ah, good. The 2 bodies are just buried. So Shay took care of that. That's good to see. Don't know what I was just saying, but I know that we want to get this finished for power so we can get our cook stove going. But the way that I've laid out the conduits, they're going to have to get this finished for the power to go through and up here to get to it. So let's put a redundant system in there and say we'll take power from either. And we also need to get power over to our batteries we're going to store in here. So let's get that one going too. So we'll be able to, if you don't know the game, store power from solar, and it'll store in these batteries whatever is excessive or excess of what we're actually using. If we're making 2,000, we're using 500, 1,500 is going to go into here. And then at nighttime, when these are making 0 and they left the stove on, then we're going to be sucking power out of here to power that. Eventually it's going to get far more complicated when this whole thing is a big colony in here and out here and wherever, and there's lights and heaters and solar lamps running underground growing areas and you name it running. Fog is set in. Fog reduces the accuracy of weapon range. Oh, that's interesting. It probably also reduces the amount of solar that comes in. When this gets working, there'll be a yellow bar up in here, and it'll be maxed out on a sunny day, or it'll be a lot less on a stormy day. But these guys are sleeping. Ash is busy planting, sowing cotton plants. AJS is bringing in steel. We have enough now to get the work done. The butchering has been happening, though we don't have a refrigerated place to put it yet. And we don't want to put it in here because this is at 83 degrees right now because we're heating it, which makes them happy when they sleep, but it's not where you want your meats and your vegetables. So, with all of that, let me go down to my list. Eric needs a job. He is feeding Bessie. Okay, he's helping Eric. He's got some doctoring skills. Okay, so he's taking care of Bessie, who, let's see, Bessie health has an extreme infection right now, but is 90% immune. So Bessie is close. I see, may or may not make it. The infection is at the extreme mark, but the immunity is almost at 100%. We're at 91 now. So if the immunity gets there before the countdown for the infection hits, then Bessie will be fine. Do we still have all the rest of our animals? We have Bloody. We've still got problems. What's Buddy's? I guess Monkey 1 died. And now the butchering's on. We'll probably find some monkey meat. Yep, Monkey 1 got butchered. Okay, what is with Bloody? Bloody the monkey. Poor blood filtration because his left kidney was destroyed. Yeah, not a thing we can do about it either. So he's always going to be a little bit limited. He's just our token monkey right now. 8 o'clock at night, and it's starting to get dark. Visitors from Acrobat's Town are leaving. Okay, so we need to set up some hunting. We need to get Eric out there hunting. We know we want mad animal. Oh, that's not good. I was going to queue up I think I saw right there. No, that's not. There he is, a monkey, a hare, a rabbit. I was going to queue up all the rabbits, but now we got to deal with a mad animal. So a local squirrel has gone mad, and he will attack anyone that he sees. He is way over here right now, this guy. So let's flag him for hunting. And who is out here? It's amazing how much damage a squirrel can do to someone. One time I was playing this game and I watched a visitor who wasn't part of the colony walking away, and he, for some reason, went to attack a rabbit. And the rabbit bit back, and it was like watching Monty Python. The killer rabbit just took that guy out. Man, I was surprised. Ronnie is getting iron. Good. We need as much as we can get. So we have a mad animal coming in, and we need to kind of keep track of that. I'm going to leave him lit up here. If we get closer, we're going to have to get a couple people with guns out there. In fact, let's pause for a second. How are we set up for weapons? What do we actually have? I don't think we got a whole lot in from our, what do you call it, from our crash landing. We have an incendiary launcher, which is going to launch things to light everything on fire, which is not something we want to hunt with. We do have a couple of bow and arrows. And any more pistols? Don't even see another pistol. No. We have a Yorkie Terrier. That's about it. So, oh, there's a pistol right there. Okay. So, Shay, you are 4 for shooting. Some of these folks, I don't think any of us, but some will be brawlers, and they just don't like holding a gun. They'd much rather use their hands. Actually, I think Eric, let's see here. Let's find out. I was going to say Eric should have the rifle, but this guy, gear, great bow, right click, information. Can do 18 damage at a range of 32. Now you also have warm up and cool down, how many seconds between shots and things like that, how accurate they are. But let's just work with these two. Does 18 damage, 32 away. Let's take a look at the gun. That great bow is actually pretty impressive. So right there, information, a little bit better range and the same damage. Okay, so from better range, we can get off that shot. So let's have AJS drop the gun. Let's have Eric pick it up. Here. Pick that up. And then, what do we have left? We have a 4, so Shay and Snow Coyote are 4. 1. But let's also look at melee. So 6 melee is pretty good. We're going to go with shooting here, so we're going to skip the 9 melee. So I think Ronnie should grab this knife over here. Where'd it go? Right there. Normal steel knife. Equip. Okay. Rokes, you're pretty good at shooting too. You need to grab the superior quality short bow. No, you need to grab the great bow. And that is... Eric has got it. So let's go forward. Where is that squirrel? Okay, you picked it up yet? No, you're almost there. And you're going to drop yours. Okay, so Rokes, you're a 9 at shooting. You're going to grab the great bow. Ash, you're a 4 at shooting. You're going to grab a short bow. And Snow Coyote, you're going to grab a short bow. And Duster, you can grab, eventually, Snow Coyote's knife. So I think we're pretty well set up right now. Let them all grab their stuff. Snow Coyote's over there. Oh, I've lost track. Where is our squirrel? And it's a foggy day, too. It's going to be hard to find him. That squirrel is going to probably attack our visitors. Right there? No? No, not that squirrel. It'll be this brown thing just running across the screen here. Don't see anything moving. No. There he is. Right there. He is going after Ronnie. Where's Ronnie? Right over there. Okay. So I need you guys. Let's get Ronnie inside. Ronnie, go here. Ronnie's only equipped with a knife. So you head into there. Squirrel right there is still attacking Ronnie. Snow Coyote is going to pick up a short bow. Rokes, you are actually armed and ready to go. We're going to draft you, and we'll just leave you See, the squirrel's going to come in from this side. Let's put you right there. They will be able to use the rocks as partial cover. So we'll do that. Dwayne, you are resting. Didn't we give you something? No, you can't do anything. You haven't got any skills for shooting. Eric does. He's the one we need in position. He is already equipped. You need to get yourself right over there. Draft and go there. Be nice to have one more. AJS and Duster. Nobody picked up a weapon. Okay. We'll go with these two. Snow Coyote is going to pick up one. And Ronnie, yeah, if you can get out of the area completely. Where is he? He's right there. He may turn and go after our guests. We'll see. Yeah, he can't go through a door. Ronnie made it inside. He's still attacking Ronnie. But these guys should automatically take aim. Shay, you've got a pistol. Let's get you back over here. Okay, he is recalculating. He's standing and waiting. These guys, watching for targets. Oh, we are aiming already. Okay, you are shooting. Okay, so they're already starting to aim. All right. He has chosen to go after Eric, who's probably not going to get another shot off. Now, you got to kind of babysit this because they're not great shots. And when the squirrel gets up there and starts to attack Eric, Rokes and Shay will just keep shooting and end up shooting Eric. So, let's see if we can get one more shot off. No, we can't. Alright, then you guys are just going to melee attack. Who else is out here? Ronnie is not injured, right? No. Let's have you also run out here and melee attack. And Shay, I better get you to do that too before you start shooting at him. Alright, dive in there. And whoever's got the ability to take out a squirrel, good. You're amazed how many times you end up with severe injuries going after a squirrel that then gets infected, and pretty soon you've lost a colonist. So, everybody has been undrafted. Undraft. Okay. And the squirrel, well, we'll just leave right there. How bad? Eric probably took a scratch. Oh, there was it right there. Took a... Who is this? This is Eric. Took a scratch or a bite to the right arm. So we'll want to get that one treated soon before it becomes infected. Make sure there's no rabies there. Rokes is our night owl, right? Yep, good. And Eric is there. Our doctor is Dwayne. Getting where I'm remembering or trying to memorize all these things. Our doctor is, yeah, 7 and 9. Dwayne, get you to do a quick patch-up job here. So treat Eric. Alright, so with that, I was going to queue up all of the rabbits to begin with. Let me find one. There he is. If I zoom out and double-click, that's not him. There we go. There's 10 rabbits in the area. We'll go ahead and hit hunt and set up all those to hunt. Going after rabbits because it is amazing what a herd of deer can do to you. See, that one has died. What a herd of deer can do to you when they decide to turn on you. The deer can run faster than we can, than the people can. And when Eric will be out here shooting a deer and he'll get 3 or 4 of these, and all of a sudden the 5th one, or if we were to go say after these guys, will suddenly, you know, roll the dice randomly, and that one will decide that they're going to attack. And suddenly there's 10 deer chasing Eric across here. They catch him and just beat the snot out of him and then leave him unconscious. Then they head up here to take out the rest of us. So I'm going to wait till they get a little bit more experience before I'm going to risk that. But anyway, he is sleeping. When he gets up, if he's not needing a meal, then he'll probably dive out. Ooh, good. We have our cook stove. Dive out and start plunking some rabbits. You are dead. Oh, Bessie died. Darn it. So we lost a monkey and we lost a retriever. Bessie, doesn't say anymore what you were. You were one of these. Labrador Retriever, yeah. So Bessie didn't make it. So we're going to have some Labrador Retriever meat here pretty soon. Okay, cook stove. Let's work through this. Bill. Add a bill. We want to make the better the meal, the better it improves their moods. But the better the meal, the more skill it requires, and the more ingredients it requires. So you have to have cooking of 10 to make a lavish meal. Cancel that. Oh, how do I do that? Okay, X. If we go to fine meal, it doesn't show me till I click on it. Fine meal. Here we go. We need minimum cook skill of 6, and we have 2 that can do that. And somewhat complex meal from a combination of raw meat and raw plant ingredients. Okay, so the difference here, a simple meal takes 10 food, and it can be 10 of anything. A fine meal has to have half of it meat and half of it vegetable. And lavish, I don't remember now. Let's see if we can figure that out. It's not even going to let me try, I think. Oh, here we go. Cooking skill of 10, combination of meat and plant, and much of the ingredients are wasted and it takes 14 work. So it takes longer to make it. So you lose a lot creating the better ones, but you gain a lot more in your mood. We want to make as many fine meals as we can. So we're going to do fine meals first. We want a minimum cook skill of 6. We don't want anybody even attempting it if they aren't that good. And we're going to take this radius down. Let's move over a little bit so that it's just food that's in our area here. So that comes in like so. And we want to do it until we have 50 meals or so sitting in storage. And we can choose what to make it out of if we want to, and we're not going to allow rotten. Okay, rotten will give you food poisoning, so we need to manually turn that off. It's here because if all we have is rotten and they're starving, then we're going to use it. But we're going to roll the dice as to whether or not they're going to get sick. And then, let's see, go back here. We want to set up another bill of simple meals. We want to do the fine meals first. When we run out of, let me pause here, run out of either meat or vegetables so that we don't have both anymore, then they will default to the next one, which is simple meals, which we're going to still say skill level of 6. That ensures no food poisoning, or at least it definitely increases the odds. Only 5 work amount and can be just 1 ingredient. So that's the main difference. We do not want rotten, and we do want to increase the radius here as well. So we'll bring that in to about like that. That covers all of the crops and everything. Eventually we could bring it in to where it's just, right in here, right to where the refrigerator is. So we're not going to see the cooks trying to run all the way across to grab that thing, the corn there, to go and make a meal. We'll wait for the haulers to bring it all in. So more efficient that way. Let's see, we want to do until we have 50 of those as well. And I think we're set. So that sets the orders for that stove, and the cooks will, whether the cooks are turned on or off will determine who gets to use that stove. And that's kind of how it works in the background of RimWorld. So we have more visitors coming from Ackerback's town again. Okay, so what happened last time? Faction. There's still 23, so we didn't gain anything by them leaving here safely. Okay. So we've got to see what else to do. I'm trying to remember if it's in the vanilla or if that was part of a mod. But I remember at one point, if they got injured, you'd be able to medicate them, to put them into your infirmary, and to get them healthed up again. Then when they leave, they'll be thankful, and that will increase our relationship status here. So maybe that's one of the ways to do it. You can also send them gold or send them silver, and that will improve it too. You get these numbers up high, 50s or so, then when you're attacked, they will come and help you. So there is a benefit to having friends here. Alright, so we've got some basic meals going. Shay has made the first one, and Shay is probably going to grab it and eat it. Yep, he knows what's going on there. So he cooked himself a meal, but he'll probably default to working on cooking because, nope, it's his second two. He's going to cook whenever he doesn't have any animal handling to do. Okay. So cooking is done, food is done. We should be out hunting. Eric, where are you? You shot your first rabbit. Good. That's good to see. Just got to thinking, how is the music and background sounds in the videos? I've been tweaking with it. I know episode 1 and 2 seemed a little bit loud in the background. 3 felt a little bit too quiet. So I turned it up a little bit. So let me know what you think. I'm used to hearing when they're shooting and hunting, but way off on the other side of the map, you hear what sounds very realistically as gunshots from way off in the distance, rather than out here in front where it's a boom, boom. So I didn't hear those gunshots when he was hunting. So we may need to increase the sound a little bit more. But let me know what you think. It probably sounds different on my speakers right now than what you're hearing over there on the YouTubes. We haven't got even part of my list done yet. We did get the graves made, so that's good. Got that taken care of. Got those bodies taken care of. They're doing the butchering. We're starting to cook. So I guess we are working through the list. We talked about visitors. We got 4 visitors this time. 5 visitors. Good. I think very early in RimWorld, the visitors would come and eat your food and sleep in your beds, and so they fixed that. So now they bring their own food. Gear came with their own simple meal. So that's kind of nice. When something happens, something goes wrong, you get visitors from Acrobat's Village, as well as you get visitors from a town that they're enemies with. And even though they're both friends to you, they'll have themselves a shootout right over here, and then they all leave. Ah, there's the shooting. There we go. They'll all leave, and you'll be left with all the bodies, which means you'll also be left with a wanderer joins. You'll be left with all of their loot they left behind, too. What have we got here? A villager named Harriet has arrived and is joining the colony. She is a mid-world chef. Ooh, we've got a cook. Jump to location. Here comes Harriet. Harriet is wearing nothing but an armor vest. Oh, this game. Harriet is a villager of the colony. Doesn't say where she came from. Wearing a prisoner shirt. Apparel, armor, vest. Not sure what that means. Like something's not quite right here. Came with some silver too. Good. We'll be able to get her to drop that, and we'll have some money for our colony. Okay, so armor vest, that's in good shape. Good. What are her skills? She can't shoot. She is a brawler. Here's what I was mentioning earlier. So likes to fight up close and personal. Her accuracy is greatly increased in melee combat, but she'll be very unhappy if asked to carry a ranged weapon. Okay, so we need to get her a sword or something, or a big old knobby club or something. So 6+ for melee, and shooting is negative. So is a prosthephile. Harriet feels limited in her feeble human body. She often dreams of becoming bionic. Okay. And psychically hypersensitive. So Harriet's mind is like a psychic tuning fork. She is extremely sensitive to psychic phenomena. Wow, 80% psychic, or sensitive, that's the word. Sensitive, okay. So we'll get into her other qualities and skills and whatnot when we get her assigned as one of our subscribers. But we now have a Harriet who needs some clothes. I see she's already heading... What she is doing is she is wearing a prisoner shirt, meaning she's heading straight for that prisoner shirt. So that's what she wants. And then she'll grab the pants after that. Okay. We were watching Eric missing. Yeah. So, for some reason, they are set up to go as far away from their range as they can. So, he'll go to the extremes and then try to get behind cover. It's like he's using military tactics. What is he doing now? He's consuming rice. He's hungry. Before I do that, is there a meal cooked? There is not. Darn it. But corn is something that he will not get a negative moodlet for consuming. Corn and berries. So let's short circuit that and tell him to go and grab that. Did they get all the food? Where was all that food sitting out here? It was kind of here, wasn't it? It was there. They got it all. Okay. Let's just send him in and tell him to go and eat some corn. We'll do that instead. And maybe before he gets there, there'll be another meal sitting over here. Maybe so. List. Okay. We need to set up our research area. Looks like we've got batteries. We've got all this going. Oh, we never made the connection? They're cooking. We're out of power. Okay. Went dark. We must not have... Let's see if our connections are good. Okay, we're in. We're connected. There's the electric cord going to the conduit and to our batteries. But apparently the batteries got done at the last second and we've run out of power. Let's put a switch in right here. You kind of want a variety of battery banks. And when they get fully charged, turn a battery bank off and then charge another one. If something goes wrong, we get something shorted out and it shorts out a battery bank, we can quickly switch another one on and we're up and running again. So redundant systems are important here. So he's not going to get a cooked meal tonight. So if we had the wind generator up and going, we could do that. We will do that eventually. We'll get all the different forms of power up and going. So Harriet is hunting a hare. So we've got to set Harriet's orders. Did pick up prisoner shirt and prisoner pants and has an armor vest. So she's got to go hunt with a shiv. That's not going to work. She's going to take damage every single time she goes hunting. So Harriet, the game makes its best guess as to what we should set things for. So hunting, you are no longer a hunter. You are a cook though. That is your main skill. You are a switch flicker and you are a patient. You are a firefighter. You do have some wardening skills. So we'll say that you will warden as a 3. I want you to cook first, though. We've got plenty of other wardens available. You can handle 6 out of 20 versus 11 out of 20. Dwayne can do a 5. Rokes can do a 2. Ash can do a 5. Okay, let's leave that as a 3. Although the lower the skill level, the more often they're going to waste their time accomplishing nothing. But there's not much more that Harriet can do. So, can grow, but not very good at it. Can build and repair, but not very good at it. Skip these. Can craft, not very good at it. So mostly a cook. Probably, I'm thinking our number 1 cook. We spent all of our time cooking. Will not haul or clean, unfortunately. So we can't use that as a backup. Okay, so we'll go with that. And let's reset you. You're not going to go hunt with a shiv. Alright, so you are going to go for a walk and get your happiness increased. Alright, so we're running out of time for this episode. Glancing down the list here real quick. I wanted to set up some more rooms over here. Alright, next time we get into this, we're going to lay out some of our colony and get some mining going on. They were mining out this, and that was good. We needed the iron. We did set something else for mining, and we needed the iron out of that too. In fact, let's set a little more mining orders, mine right there. for next time. Okay, so next time we're going to plan out a lot of our colony and get that going. I'll pause it here. And that was actually a pretty good episode. We didn't lose anybody. No major raids. That's probably coming next time. And again, we've got 2 females and a male left. Anyone wants to jump into the comments and say, pick me, pick me, pick me, then let me know. This has been Noble Rambler. Thank you guys for watching. And hit the like and the thumbs up and the subscribe down there. And I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye, folks.